Hi guys, welcome back to the Drawn by Annie channel. It's always nice to see you back again. If you are new here, my name is Annie and I welcome you to my drawing channel. Grab a cup of coffee or tea, grab some snacks and let's dive in today's video. So for today's drawing, I am having a fan art of a character from League of Legends Arcane show, and that is Jinx. When the show came out, I fell for her instantly. I love her design so much. And I felt so sorry for her as a backstory. I feel related to her in some ways. A lot of times I feel like I'm screwing things up and doing it not on purpose, it's just how it happens. And you can see the frustration, especially in the beginning of the show, how she wants to be useful, but whatever she tries to do, she cannot do anything to her team, and then she ends up in the situation that she ends up. I'm not gonna spoil the show, so if you haven't seen it already, go watch it right now because it's amazing. The character design, the plot, and the aesthetic of the city, everything, every detail of this show just blew me away and inspired me to draw. That's why I'm just going in and making this fan art of her. So as I mentioned in the previous videos, I will be doing my sketching beforehand and recording for you the lining phase and coloring phase, and that's exactly what you see here. My sketchbook is already filled with a lot of sketches that I'm excited to start coloring for you, and I hope you will join me in the next videos as well. So here I'm going in with the skin coloring first, and then I'm proceeding with the rest of the base colors. I decided I would do an afterline after I finished the base coloring of the markers, because I wanted to be a little bit cleaner. I wasn't sure about this paper here because I haven't colored a single drawing with my markers in this particular sketchbook. So just in case, to prevent any accidents, I am making a little line art with the very thin liner, and then my plan is to color with markers everything and then go over with the thicker lines in the end. Oftentimes when I'm drawing, I'm usually putting some music on and then I'm going with my drawing routine, let's say. Most of the times I'm diving into the drawing so deep that I can barely hear any music actually. Sometimes after an hour or two, I'm waking up and I cannot remember what music I was listening to. Do you have it the same way? Because this happens to me all the time, not only with drawing, oftentimes with cleaning and cooking as well. After I've done coloring the base color for the skin, I went with my marker again to give it a little bit of shadow on her neck and her shoulders. And when it dries out, it's a bit lighter, so I need to cover it with more layers or other hues to make it a bit darker. So I come in with this bright blue color. I like how her hair pops out a lot. And I decided to give it a little bit deeper shadow with this sky blue color. Her main hair color is more to the turquoise color side, let's say, but the shadows, I infused shadow with the blue color to give it a little bit saturated look, and I think it looks very good. So to let it dry a bit, I'm going back to the skin here and taking way darker marker to really give it a darker shade for the neck, especially around the eyes, because she has this tired eyes look, which I really like in Jinx's design, and I wanted to emphasize that. Then I'm going in with some pink, fast forward, because my camera decided it is time to stop. So I need to figure that out. I know my videos are not perfect, but I'm trying my best to learn from mistakes to deliver quality content for you in the future. And thanks for you who are supporting my channel already, because you really motivate me and help me grow. I appreciate you very much. I found a very dark brown marker in my collection, which fits perfectly with her shirt color. And I'm going in very carefully because I'm not sure if this is gonna bleed, but surprisingly, it works very well. It worked so well in the sketchbook actually that I wasn't really expecting that, because the paper is very thin, almost as thin as regular printing paper in a grocery store. And to give it even more darker look, I colored the background with black, which makes her hair and eyes pop out really well in contrast. I needed these little lines inside of her shirt to be more visible, so I went in with my white gel pen. That always saves my day, especially in the darker designs like here we have. And also white gel pen goes on these metallic rings on her shirt. If you watched the show already, which I'm very proud of you, what is your favorite character of the show? Maybe I should draw another one, because I really love the designs that League of Legends game and the Arcane show, especially very high quality designs here. My favorite part of drawing, if you haven't noticed already, it's characters. So whenever I see a cool character design, it really inspires me to draw either a fan art or make character myself. This is sort of like a trigger already. A good trigger, you know. Not all triggers should be bad, right? So now I'm grabbing my brush pen. I'm not using brush pens often. I decided to give Jinx a little bit more thicker outline to emphasize with the original style. And I love how it gives this graphic-y look, a little bit manga look as well. Even though it's not really an anime style drawing here, more like semi-realistic. If you're anything familiar with anime, they don't really outline facial features like in Arcane show they did. Like their noses are just straight up line, that's it. And I like to give a little bit more detail even in my own style. It's more to an anime side, but with a little bit more details on the nose and lips. But sometimes I like to draw a classical anime style characters as well, like with the simple facial features, and then just make the eyes very detailed, because anime eyes are usually bigger than other styles. But since this angle of her face shows the eyes already big enough, they don't look anime, but they are big enough to have a lot of details. And this is exactly why I chose to draw her face in an angle like this. And I think this is already from more of psychic phase of Jinx. Like this character, she is a little bit unstable, and for some reason I'm attracted to this kind of characters because they are chaotic. Like they are fun. They are really nice to look at in shows. They're probably not very fun to be around in real life, but like in shows, to look at them as a characters, how they affect the story and other characters of the story and the plot and everything, it's very entertaining, and I appreciate her for that exactly. And these type of characters usually bring emotions. They never or rarely leave anyone without any emotion. She's a little bit crazy, but at the same time super smart. Everything that she does brings some effect to everyone around her, good or bad. And then these crazy eyes in pink color. I just love how it looks here. I'm very proud of this drawing here. And I think the face paints and face tattoos, they would look very cool on her, and that's exactly what I decided to give her. I was very inspired when I started drawing out Jinx here. Sometimes I'm struggling with drawing out sketches, especially with the angles like this, because it's usually not the way I draw things. But I looked up for some tutorials. They really gave me big helping hand here. I also made a few pictures of myself to help me find the correct angle for the face and the proportions between eyes, nose, and lips. Like sometimes I cannot find the exact thing that I have in mind, so I have to be creative with my references. And oftentimes I help myself by shooting either myself or even my husband. Like I often use my own photos of other people, of course, that they have consented to. Oftentimes I'm using my own references because I cannot really find those that I need. I'm not sure if there are places to look for references, so if you know of any good platforms to look for references, I would really appreciate it if you drop them in the comments, because I could really use your help here. My voice sounds a little rusty today because I don't feel well. But I hope some nice art can brighten your day and mine as well, because I really enjoyed drawing this. And by finishing touches, I am just giving a lot of texture with my thin lines on her shirt to give it a little more texture, a little bit more interest to your eye. And then I'm adding some lines in the shadowed areas to, I don't know, it just looked nice to me and it felt right for me to add them. So I just went for it. I am trusting my gut here. I'm very happy with the results, so I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to wash your cup after your coffee or tea. Thank you for sticking up with me and listening to my random stories here. And this here is my final result. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what do you think. If you'd like to see more of, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, I would love to hear your ideas. What would you like me to draw next? Bye bye, art fam. See you in the next video.